Is that dark energies or is that my twin flames higher self that they want me to be saying that shit? That was very interesting. Soulmate. Oh fuck, that's funny. Oh, that's creepy, but it's funny. Not gonna hang around too much longer, guys, because it's third time lucky now. Do you don't? Fucking hell, maybe it is third time lucky for. Maybe it's third time lucky for someone. This is the third live stream. I think for Sunday, watch. Nobody's here yet, so obviously, if you're catching this one, go back and catch 1 and 2. Right. We know when the eyeliner starts melting, it's go time. Like, as in, I need to go. It's time for my bath and my bed. Yeah. Third time lucky. I don't know who that's for, but it's third time lucky. I'll just shuffle some of these and chat away until people realise. So, people that are hanging about in the other one, come back here if you want. Or I'll just do a general message and then I'll go. I just looked at 144 and I looked up. What the fuck, by the way? I keep shuffling and pulling the same. I keep shuffling and pulling the same cards. One day I'll tell you what these cards are saying that I'm looking at. It's not for a collective though. I keep shuffling and literally the same ones keep coming out. We'll see. Right, okay, so come on, is anybody coming back? Or will I just end this? Oh, yeah, that's what I pulled earlier. Oh, right, okay. Oh, come on, there's nobody coming back, right? I'm going to do one of those cards then, if nobody's coming back. That's really funny. Right. Fuck off. Pulling the annoying cards now. Right, okay. So when you overdo it. Fuck, right, my legs are getting sore. Right, there's almost no point. If nobody's coming back, obviously they're stuck on the other one. I'm just going to pull one of these and I'm going to go because, yeah, I sat here for a couple hours. So that was fun. Then I actually end up pulling cards for Danae. I didn't. Right, so Danae, I'm going to pull, and hopefully I'm saying that right, I'm going to do your cards now and I'll leave this one up. And then you can let me know, or, yeah, just let me know. So what does Danae need to know? And hopefully she just sort of pops on while I'm doing it. Danae need to know past lives. We reunite with our loved ones over and over again through many different lives. Obviously that's loved ones. It sounds like your family or something, but again, because it's like these are love cards, I take it to mean that you and your twin flame have had many past lives together. And again, all twin flames have. And that's why even the twins that meet, even if you're meeting them, you know, even if you've just met this person round about now, or like, you know, more recently, you feel like you've known them, or whenever it was you first met them, you just felt like you knew them a lot better than what you actually did because you just met them, you know, and that's why. Doesn't explain that very well, you know what I mean? guilt. So there's some kind of guilt in between you and your twin flame right now. Don't let guilt get in the way of happiness. So again, this feels very connected to the redemption and atonement, because both these words are about forgiveness. Basically, you know, doing something that you're not proud of, that is weighing heavy on your mind. So whether that be you or him, there's something, yeah, but just don't let that guilt get in the way of your happiness. And bear in mind, when I'm saying this to Danae, that can make sense for other people out there, so I'll just leave this one up. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. But that always speaks to me of like people that are stuck in karmic situations. So if that isn't you, Danae, because it sounds like you are not, if I was reading that right, that you're not with the person you had your, you did say you had children, eh? The person you had your children to, I don't know if you did say you had children, but I'm feeling children. You know, there might be some other kind of, it might be like a negative thinking. I feel for you, it might be some kind of negative thinking pattern that is your karmic situation, actually. Yeah, love yourself first. And I kind of got that from, I mean, it's weird because you're not here right now as I'm doing this live, but I kind of got that feeling from some of your comments that it's like, I don't know, I could sense you were being a bit too hard on yourself there when you're like, I'm not looking for sympathy. Like, that's not looking for sympathy. It's, you're sharing with what? You're sharing with the soul family. And it's empathy. You know what I mean? It's, and I'm not nitpicking there, but there is a difference. Like, you know, sympathy is like, oh, I want you to feel sorry for me, but empathy is just like, oh, I can feel you're going through that, and that's really shit. And you're just, you know, you're sitting with someone in it. You know, it's because we all have our moments, and that's what family's about. You know, soul family anyway. Because again, I say that because not everybody's family is really like that. But your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. There's something about you loving yourself right now and letting go of controlling the situation. Oh God, you really are the divine masculine energy, by the way, because that is the biggest thing, is to let go. Well, it's just basically divine masculine energies typically tend to want to work out how it's, yeah, just basically want to know how it's all going to work. And often they can't see how it's going to work. But I happen to feel it's because it's like, it is that whole, what I'll use the words that, you know, some people, it is the whole kind of matrix twin and the spiritual twin kind of thing of, it's because it's like a very magical, futuristic connection that majority of twins are going to be in when the world is very different. I mean, now I'm going very, but it's true. You know, when the world is very different, a bit like when I said that's when I'll put my website out. It's kind of like, yeah, you're not meant to see what it looks like until you're in it. And that's why divine feminines are cool with that, but divine masculines don't like that. But I'm just here to say, tough shit, that's how it is. You know, if you want that, that's how it works. You'll find out when you get in it. You've got to be courageous and take the leap of faith if you dare. And some of you will, because your soul is preparing to reconnect. Trust in the process. Surprise, you may be about to be surprised. Because someone's putting the deception behind. That's, what does that say again? I've had these about 10 million years. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Again, that's like, yeah, divine masculine energies that were not being who they really were. Like, basically not sharing the true feelings about you, if you're the divine feminine here, or, oh fuck, I mean, half yous are the divine, whatever, you know what I mean, your person, whatever. Getting tired now. 11:11, it's time. So it is time for some people. 11:11, an important number for twin flames. It symbolises in harmony and balance of soul counterparts, and it's because your twin is waking up. Congratulations, whoever that is. Right, okay, so, actually, there might still be a bit of a wait. What just fell out? Not for you. Ah. Why did you throw a spanner in the works when I need to go? That did fall out, though. I need to identify who that is. I'm sorry, but this is really fucking annoying, right? It's like somebody thinks someone's their twin flame and it's not. Sorry, that's triggering as fuck. And everyone's going to be like, oh, it's me. But it's like, let me just see what card's coming out for this, because that just fell out, not for you. Oh my, what did I miss? Yeah, I was just talking to myself for 10 minutes, Nathan. Were you just watching the wee circle going round? I'm not going to stay forever. I was doing Danae's cards. And then I floated off somewhere else, kind of doing general, I think. But I'm just going to... But that just fell out. Right, yeah, so I don't know who this is for, right? So I'm just gonna have to put it out. Someone's gonna, that card fell out that says not for you. So it's either the first hit that I got that it was like someone's twin is realizing where they are is not for them because it's got nope and not for you, right? And it could be around, well, this is the 6th actually, so June is really soon. So it could be in the month of June that somebody realizes nope, like not for me, or they do something about what they realised a long time ago, which would actually fit with some of the collective feelings that I've been tuning into. But the other thing I was getting was it was like, or it could, I think something actually, I think this is specific for someone that's like the 6th of June. So that is within the full moon in Sagittarius. This could all be going on for someone. So it's not everyone. But also, like, the triggering thing that, again, this is not for everyone, but it was like, I feel like somebody might think, and I feel this is more somebody that's kind of newer to the journey, so this might be a message for someone way in the future, whatever, and again, I'll just trust that whoever's meant to see it will see it. But it's like, this person isn't for you, and the reason I know that is because there's lots of triggering cards in this, right? And I just had to, I had to check with the cards. It's like, but I knew what they were telling me. Love potion fell out, right? And in some cases that is like a good card, because it's like somebody's doughy-eyed about you, or the emojis, but you know what I mean? It's like they're in love, like it's a love potion. But it's also got like manipulation on it, and I was being pulled into the word manipulation. And then I pulled mask, and mask doesn't always need to be bad either, because it can just be when your twin is wearing a mask about how they feel for you, to you, or to others, or both. Or just avoid the fuck out of you. It just depends what happens in your dynamic. You can tell what happens in mine. But in this I got pulled into manipulation. Like the word manipulation is on both these cards. And then I pulled gossip. Betrayal, backstabbing, nosy, sabotage, jealousy, interference, deception and lies. Like, honestly, I don't know who that is for, but it's like, how can I think if you've already been having a bad feeling. Look, betrayal. I've just cut the deck and pulled betrayal as well. Deception, lies, heartbreak, stabbed in the back, separation, breakup, cheating, third party. I'm telling you, it's like somebody new to it has got caught up in all this twin flame thing, and everything is telling you, and that's interesting because that's weird. I wondered why that. I'd caught something earlier, and it was like, yep. There's some, I don't know who that's for, but right, okay. What does that person need to know? Because that's kind of heavy. Again, what I would say is if you even think for a second that might be you need to book a session. And right now, then maybe that's why they've made me do that thing where you get free, a free 30-minute Zoom with me to chat to me. Because I would want to help whoever that is. Obviously, it couldn't spill over into that being an actual session, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, just because that didn't happen for no reason. Go the distance, chop wood, treasure island, a change in the wind, serendipity. Yeah, I know what they're saying to me, because I actually did see the serendipity card. Oh my god, is that what it is? Guys, I'm getting flooded with all these visuals of examples that I've given quite a lot. You know, I always give the Little Mermaid, like I give this all the time, but the bit where it's like he's in a trance and he's about to marry the sea witch, who he thinks is like a good looking woman, and then she turns into the sea witch. It's like I feel someone's in a situation. So again, it doesn't matter whether you are a woman, divine masculine, or a male, divine masculine. There's a very close kind of, it's not a close call, but it's like what I'm getting is somebody's like been really quite manipulated by a karmic soul, like, you know, someone that basically it's not your twin flame, but they must have done quite a good job on, well, think about it, love potion. It puts another spin on it. It's like, it's spell work. This is like really interesting. It's like I'm feeling it. I'm totally getting into this. It's like someone's, and it must be somebody watching this. So it's like somebody that is going to tune into this at some point, right? You're actually being manipulated by it's not, basically what I'm trying to say is like someone watching this, like the person that you, do you know what? It's like I've almost got this feeling that somebody's came really hard at you, being like, you're my twin flame and we're twin flame. And what I would say to you is, you know how you'll know it's not? Is if you've actually been able to be having like a relationship with them and everything, and stay with me on that. If you hadn't went through all the trials and tribulations to get there. And that's how I would know it's not your twin flame. Because you have to go through all of that. And that's where I think these false feminines, or like, again, some people don't like the word false twin flame, but I think if it helps you work out, you know, if it helps people understand, because a false twin flame is basically a karmic, but it makes sense, because if you do have strong feelings for that person, and then you click and you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? A bit like I've said before, but you know, when I wasn't using these words, but when I was in that situation a very long time ago when I was a teenager, I just woke up one day and I was like, what the fuck? I now see what everybody else was saying, and why the hell did I not see that? And it was like shortly after that, and remember, that's funny, because if you've seen that day when I said I don't usually say shortly, like I'll be there shortly or shortly after or whatever, and I just said it. Like, yeah, there was a sequence of events that happened, but then I saw who really is my twin flame in a club. But I think even before I saw him there, anyway, it's quite funny. Right, I do get what they're saying. I'm going to move away from this now, because it's quite it's complicated. But basically, someone's in between worlds, right? And it's like, yeah, I think this is what I said on the shorts. Someone's like being pulled. Someone could step into the new earth, but they're being pulled back to the past. But I do feel for whoever I'm speaking to right now, because it's like someone's done a very good job of tricking you into thinking something's real. This could be past energy, but the good news is, right, so whoever the hell that's for, right, you're going to be able to clean it up, because that's, wait a minute, what does that say? Higher power, yeah. It's like, I'm telling you, it's some people's shitty lessons. A higher power is helping you to work that out now, in the here and now, and they are literally helping you here and now, because they're making me stay on longer than what I wanted to say this. But look, then I pulled, in this order, go the distance, chop wood, treasure island, a change in the wind, and serendipity. And I feel things are going to very quickly come together with you for your real twin, and it'll kind of make up for the fuckery that you've went through right before that happens. So again, I don't know that it's for, so I don't know, you know, who's going to be able to validate, but it's I have to sort this out for someone. I'm just giving you the fucking reading here, whoever this is for. So again, I can't take away that this is going to be, someone's going to be a lot of pain. You might be in it now. Someone's going to be a lot of pain about this. Because I'm telling you, it's like someone's really tricked a person. Like in the Little Mermaid, like they've appeared to be very good looking, like might have even had the qualities. Again, I'm telling you, this feels like one of these fucking weirdos. Sorry, but that's what it is. One of these fucking weirdos that actually like soaks up all the qualities of your twin. Like they might actually know, you know, and meets you serendipitously. You know what I mean? There's weirdos out there. I've helped people where that's happened to. So that's obviously not for everyone. But it's something like that. And think about it, if you're a twin that's living a lie, and then you meet a welcome distraction that actually has something that reminds you of your twin, you would fall for it. A lot of people would. Not everyone would, but some people would. And especially if you were drunk. I think this is to do with like the devil energy sort of stuff. I'm wondering if I'm channeling past energy and that's why all those forgiveness cards and that came. There's something, I'm telling you, there's something. They're not letting me let it go. Crossroads. Yep. Need to make a decision. Unsure. Dilemma. Third party. Well, we just got that. Love vs fear. Burying your head in the sand. Cat and mouse. Twin flame. And what's behind that? Love, call, and mirror. But it's like, right, I feel it's like this is, I don't know who this is for, so it's like, I feel actually going to speak to whoever this is. But if this is you, you actually have gotten clarity on who the real twin flame is, your mirror. And I feel it's like you're going to be getting in touch with who that is. I think this is a past, it's either presently happening or it's because it's, like, I'll read these cards, right, but it says twin flame, infinite soul bond, union, unconditional love, intense soul lessons, triggering, becoming one. But I think the intense soul lesson is somebody was throwing a real conundrum. And it's not so much that you fell for it, it's that you were meant to go through that and be tricked. Because it's like in the back of your mind, whoever this is, it's like you've kind of known who your twin flame really was, like, deep down. But you kept trying to kid yourself, because we've got self-reflection, reflecting each other, being honest with self, wisdom, clarity, transformation, shadow work, getting in touch, expressing love, telling you their feelings, missing you and reaching out. Yeah, so that's complicated. That's fucking tired me. Right, so I do think I need one of these. Right, anyway, so I'm definitely going through some trials for truly loving my Margaret. Wait a minute. So Nathan, you said the name Margaret when I done Mediumship Monday for the dead folk. You didn't trick me there, you tricked me. What did I say? Or was there another Margaret in the spirit world? See, my memory is good. Right, okay, so guys, I'm not even fucking shitting you. I just pulled secrets and deception after channeling all that. And that's what the video... If that spoke to you, you didn't see the video with atonement and redemption on it, go and watch it. Because that's what that was about. There's some kind of dark secret about... Yeah, it is that. It's that someone has been duped by, like, by somebody posing as... a strong connection, I'm going to say, because it's not the twin flame, but it's head fucked someone, and it was meant to. Please be patient with me. And I wish I could take it back. Yeah, you know, they want forgiveness for it. I'm not ready, but it was in reverse. And you're always on my mind. And they now, or you now, whoever has clarity on who the real twin is. And basically, whoever that's for, I don't think it's going to be long until you hear from them, because I get the feeling it's like they know what's happened now, and there's a lot of fear and worry. And it was all to do with this codependency, addictions or effects in someone's... Basically, someone's been quite vulnerable and they've been taken advantage of, because it's like, it feels very codependent. Like, I feel that your twin has... Because again, everyone... Again, until I saw how codependent a lot of dynamics were around me, I was stuck in it all as well. And now I feel I've untangled myself from it all. But it took a few years. Because you can't untangle yourself from things that you don't actually see until you see it. But, yeah, it's like... This person was wanting to live a lie, and then a lie was put on a plate. I'm just listening to what they're saying to me. Look at what I've done. Right, I'm sorry. I'm fucking good, guys. They're just showing you my skills. Look at the card I've just fucking picked up. Illusion. Avoid the trap of mistaking a fantasy for a true soul connection. And remember, that a lot of the divine masculine energies, so if you are the divine masculine energy, you're going to know this, and a lot of you are. Although the divine feminine fantasizes and all that too, it's like there's a lot of a lot of divine masculine placements. When I look at astrology charts, have specific things. A lot of what I see is Venus in the 12th, right, which really would make that even stronger. But it is something about, like, look, because they see all the signs about you, if you're the twin, or you do about your twin. Watch out for the signs leading you to true love. But it's like this, whatever this situation was, it suited your twin with where they were at, which was not ready to face themselves. Therefore, if they're not ready to face themselves, they're nowhere near ready to face you. And so they've got swept up in something. And it was a learning. Pay attention to the... I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because it's like, pay attention to the red flags, and someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. It's like when I say, like, look at those two people. Like, if this is you or this is your twin, it's like your twin attracted somebody else that was false. But in this case, I do feel they were trying to mask as like a... like that they were like a, like, yeah, like a soulmate twin flame sort of thing. And your twin went with it because it's like, you know, they were wearing a mask, so they attracted somebody else wearing a mask. But I do, sorry, there is this tinge of sinister. I hate to say it, but it's like I really do feel it. It's like, oh god, it means it's true. It's not that when it's not that it means it's not true when I say that. It just means it's really true. It's what I channeled. It's what I channeled ages ago. I'm talking like I channeled this like a year ago or something, or maybe even a year and a half ago. And it was when I kept channeling that film. It gives me kind of single white female vibes. And trust me, that's not good. That's about somebody that literally tries to steal somebody's life and their boyfriend. And yeah, goes to great lengths. But basically, you know, copying someone but taking it too far. Yeah, it's all these kind of things, right? Like, taking it really too far. Like, obsession gone wrong. And, like, wanting somebody's life. This is so fucking dark. This is, like, one of the ones you see on some of these big, massive channels. But, I'm just going with it, though. What was the other thing I was getting? The other film is Wicker Park, which is... It's one of my favourites, but I don't like to watch it a lot. I said this at the time, but basically the whole gist with that, it's a similar kind of thing. Two people meet, they fall in love, they're mad about each other, and because someone else liked the guy and they were angry that they fell in love, she creates this whole big scenario to basically keep them apart, and they're apart for years by confusing the two of them. So I mean, that's really horrible, and I really fucking hope that's not you out there, but it must be for me to be saying this. Challenges. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. But again, I'm going to have to stop now because that's just fucking me off. Like, but it's like it's on the bottom again. Look, illusion and true love. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's horrible if you've went through that. But I feel to a certain extent, although not everybody's is that dark, I feel a bit of that goes on in everybody's connection, you know, and some of the people that are here to help get it a little bit rougher than that, but there is some element of lies that are told to both people from outside parties. It's just part of it. But it's like I feel your twin, or you, if this is you, it either has already saw through the illusion, but it could have been like right quite recently, or it's a past thing, and they know what is true love. So it's like they know what is the illusion and what is the true love. And like I say, whether you see it's spell work, black magic, I feel it's there's some sort of sinister, vindictive thing that's went on here. Like, I really am getting this feeling like it's like somebody has known who the true twin flame is, and they've either been around them a lot, like could have even been like a previous friend or something, and has listened to all the stories, and they've mimicked everything, and then they've, you get where I'm going with this, serendipitously bumped into your twin, or you. Yeah, it does feel really quite sinister, to be honest. So I suppose this is why they always get me to say be careful out there. True love comes when you least expect it, but I think some days twins coming with a fucking story, and you're coming out of separation. Time apart from your partners on the horizon, right? So again, if that's you, let me know, because that's really specific. And right, okay, so My twin is hopefully doing some deep healing. I hope I can heal myself so I can help heal her. Well, you are healing yourself, Dathan, so it will be healing her. But it's really the best thing you can do is like see, because again, you know, when I got upset earlier, I do like like you know, because you recognised it. Like I do feel I was tapping into a lot of your stuff because I just noticed I stopped, right, and I just know. But I mean, I was, you know, I literally did think that last night. It was just a passing thought. I knew exactly where I was in my room. I was like, sort of, I was just, again, that doesn't matter, but that's how my brain works. It was like, and I just had this sort of passing thought, and I was just like, I don't know how to. I can't even put it in the words. It was like, what I'm basically trying to say is, and it's weird because yeah, what I'm saying isn't really true. It's not true anymore, but it's why I was saying I feel very detached, and I feel really happy about how detached I feel, because it lifts a huge weight when you do get to that place. But I don't think I always stay humble because because I've never been this detached. I'm not sure if once you're that detached, you know, you can stay there or you can fucking go into not being so detached. But it's kind of like it's just something to do with not like feeling like you have to be doing so much. That's what it is. It's feeling. I feel they were talking to me about that for you yesterday because it's like I knew that because again I did kind of wonder why I was feeling stuff like that, but it makes sense now. It's like it's just so I can't. It's so hard to put in the word. Like this means something, and it's so hard to put in words. It's just kind of like see. Here's a good example, right? See, whenever I light a candle, right? Say I'm lighting a candle to give back to myself. I would always light the candle and be like, right, I'm lighting this candle to get the healing for whatever I need, and with my twin flames, higher self, like send him the healing for whatever he needs. And occasionally now, like it's not like I'm like this is just all for me. Don't give it. It's more just kind of like I've just more been like, you know, give me what I need, and it's more just trusting that he'll, you know, that he's doing that for and that's the only way I can really put it because and I feel that's when you're getting it, you know, but it's got to be genuine and from it because yeah, because it's just although people can use a lot of words and they can be like, oh, I'm totally putting myself first. There's just I just know from being on this journey myself and from listening to other people that there's always just you would still do anything for them. And it's not that, you know, yeah, it's not that that's a bad thing. I know that's like a thing that's like, oh, a big thing, you know what I mean? But it's like you've kind of got to get the balance right with that because with your twin flame, it's not like anybody else. You think oh, this is really deep, but it's like you think that you're doing the right thing by being so loving to them and so you know, just overly kind of like wanting to heal them and love them and but like if you tip the balance too much of what is it they're needing healing with, what's going to, you know what I mean, they're then always going to like focus on them but in a selfie, do you know what I mean? And then it's kind of weird, it's almost like again we're not in the blame game. But it kind of is, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't want to actually say what I heard there, but you kind of get where I'm going with this. It's like, oh, and it's 33 minutes, divine masculine energy. It is a bit of a yin yang thing, you know what I mean? Whereas if you truly get it, and this is why this only goes for twin flames, it's like, just truly give back to yourself. Like, truly look after you. If you're untangled yourself from the codependency and the trauma bonds, and you've spotted the romantic karmic partners in your life, and which clearly some people haven't, and I'm picking up on that for some folk, or unless it's past energy, and what else? And you're watching your boundaries, and you're loving yourself, and you're having, you know, half a day passed or even a day, you know, where you're not actually constantly thinking about where your twin flame is or what they're doing, and then that's good because you're leaving the room for them to miss you, for them to move into what you've been. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is clearly one for the divine like the divine feminines are in that energy. It's like you have to leave, that has to happen, because you are, I feel like what's the word? I was about to say a Tibetan monk, but it's not. It does kind of feel that Teo kind of. You know what I mean? It's when you truly put you first, without that kind of, oh, but if they need something more than me, then give it to them. You'll just keep them away. But when you actually get, oh, well, actually, I really do get this. Like, I need to value and love myself. So whether it's the twins not treating you the way you deserve, because basically this is really, Nathan, I swear to God, this must be, because I'm going to leave it. It's like other people need to hear it, but it's like, so I'll talk to you directly, Nathan. It's like your twin will not be treating you very nicely right now, because that is how she feels about herself. I know that might seem obvious, but she doesn't feel good about herself, so she's not going to treat you well. And it's not your fault, is basically what I want to say to you. It's fucking annoying, I hear you. And yes, it is very annoying when it's like basically whatever you said earlier. Well, basically, the way I look at it is you just love the fuck out of this person. The good, the bad, the ugly, the whatever it is they feel they can't forgive themselves about and feel that you're never ever going to forgive them, and you will. It's like, that's what I meant by it. It is annoying, because it's like, that's what I meant. They're giving me it back now. You see, it's like, but I don't know how to not love this person. Like, that must have been what I don't like, you know what I mean. And that's how you know you're when it's and it's. It's just a fucker, Nathan. Do you know he's a fucker? Right, so I must detach more for her to come to me having missed me. There we go. Oh my God. Did you say that before I channeled all of that? Because I just read that right now. See how in tune we are. 37 minutes. Follow your North Node, everyone. But do you know what I mean? That's how in tune I was with what I'm feeling from you. But I know when I'm talking to you, it's going to speak to others as well. It's just, it's an interesting one, but I know that I know where I am with that, with me, and it's like I said, I keep being quite honest about that. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. I'm going with the flow, because I feel you do just get to that point where it's like, well, it's just trusting more, like, it's trusting more, but it's like, I do feel it has got a lot to do with the North, like, that's not a coincidence, I'm not even kidding, like, that is my North Node sign. The North Node being in Taurus, and only until July, being about valuing yours for everyone. You don't need to have a North Node in Taurus, but actually lots of you do, by the way, and you've got a South Node in Scorpio. But right now we are in a time of, and by the way, I feel that's why I went really Pluto detective kind of energy. It is because, with the South Node in Scorpio, and with it, with that changing, the nodes changing in a few months, it is like, it's really deep, and it's like past pain, and it's darkness, and it's secrets, and it does feel like secrets being unearthed, or it's like people's repressed trauma, and a lot of people's repressed feelings and trauma can be grief from missing a twin, like basically, the twins that didn't allow these deeper feelings to get hold of them, and they ran from it, coming up now, and then but also it can be grief about other things, like I feel that that's something that many people don't talk about a lot, but that's grief is like one of my number one topics, is that I did channel that in about a video recently, that it's like, it's very likely that if the deeper feelings about a twin arises that have been pushed down for years for lots of people, and like I say, for some people it can be, never mind, it can be like decades, grief about other random stuff comes up, and then, so that's really what, so that's what I think a lot of people need to sort of understand, is that it won't just be all the feelings about you. If you're it's a lot, we see that, it's like childhood stuff, it's grief from anybody else, that they've lost in their life, and it's a lot. So that's something to take on board, you know, because someone's dark night of soul is rough as fuck anyway, we know. But you never know what is putting someone in to the dark night of soul. And even if you think you know, it's probably about 10 million more different things. Because again, when I was in my dark night of soul, it was interesting because it all was sort of happening around me not long after, and I won't go too deep into that, and just because I'm tired and I can't be bothered, but it's you know, there was quite a few traumatic deaths in my life that you know that had happened not too long before and around the same. Yeah, you know, not too long before I was in that sort of thing, and so but that's what was weird for me. It was like the pain of what happened on my counselling course was not. Again, yeah, you can't really compare. What I'm trying to say is it was like that because that was such a personal goal of mine, and I worked so. I mean, you don't know that, like, you know, everybody knows that, it's been around a long time, but because I worked for so many years to get to that goal, and having dyslexia, dyspraxia, ADHD, all these hurdles to then get to where I wanted to be, and it all to like be so traumatic for me. And also, you know, I always say this, but it's like, listen, if I was a shite counsellor and I was getting poor feedback the whole time, I'd be taking on the chin and be like, listen, I'm away to be a shaman, I'm away to be a medium, this wasn't for me, guys, see you later. But I got glowing feedback the whole way. Like, people would stand up and be like, I've learned so much about honesty from Claire, and I've learned this and I've learned that. And don't get me wrong, there was a few people that fucking couldn't stand me because I spoke and basically they kept their mouth shut. But I mean, you know, I mean, that worked for them, that didn't really work for me. But do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm kind of shortening the story right now because I just want to get out. But it's kind of like, the point of it is I don't want to go into the big story again. Because like I say, I'm literally going to write a book about it. And I am, like, I'm doing something about it. It's more the fact that it was like, that was a personal thing happening to me that nobody could really possibly understand. And they didn't, you know, and it did get to the point where I spoke about it that much that. And the same with actually when I had, you know, the other things happen in my life. Like, you know, people have got other things going in their life, and it is just sort of fair enough, and it is just one of these things I like. And that's where I like to sort of say that, with, I'm trying to say it in the most sensitive way, that at some point you do have to. Now, not everybody's in this bit, and so you'll know where you are, but at some point for me, I had to just be like, I've sat in this too long. Like, basically for me, it probably would have been the equivalent of, I've been in this too long. And I'm just fucking sick of it. And I just had to let it go. And what I'm basically meaning is, like, I was in a position where I could have taken legal action and everything with how I was treating something. I just fucking let it go. Do you know what I mean? Because I know what happened, and I know that I was right. And lots of people know. But being happy is more important. And the thing is, like, I'm following my calling now and everything. But anyway, so, you know, read about it in the book. But yeah, that's basically that for me. You know, it's something you really sort of personal, usually a dark night of the soul. And yes, it can be the death of someone that puts you into that, absolutely. But a lot of the times it can be something like what I'm talking about. Because, you know, there's some people that, oh, but I mean, it's only uni, or, you know what I mean? And it's like, but that's just, you know, it's people that don't understand everything that's behind that. That if you left school with no qualifications, went to college and pissed about, didn't get any qualifications, then you went to night school to get what you needed to go back to college, to get what you needed from college, to then to do a degree that you didn't want to do, to actually do a postgraduate, to get to what you get where I'm getting to get to the postgraduate, for it then to go so horribly wrong. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Okay, well, on that cheery note, I'm going to shuffle one of these and then I'm going to go, because I talk about detaching. I need to fucking detach. I need to detach from this because it's. Yeah, I do need to burn the sage. But like I say all the time, well, you know, the time, you know, recently that I've been feeling like this. Well, I suppose it will be the thing that I'll be teaching it. You know what I mean? I've only been feeling like this a while, but it's kind of like. It's a personal journey. I tried to trick myself for years that I was like, that I'd let go of mine. Totally fucking hadn't. And it's just, yeah. let go and let God. Take every day as it comes and all that, right? I'm clearing this energy, and then I'm going to read this card and I'm going to go. So what do people need to know out there? I love it, Claire. We go deep into conversation when you stream. Yeah, because it's just like me and you right now, with other people lurking on the replay. Right, so what do we need to know to just wrap up whatever I was talking about that for and everything? But yeah, so generally I didn't really go into that with the collective energy, but I kind of just want to, right, so I did pick up, right, so again, because I didn't go into it, it's like, there is huge, well, I suppose I did say, there is huge reconciliation, like, to the point where right before I came on, I shuffled cards before I went live, the first time, and I pulled loads of cards about someone's returning from your past, reunion, blah, 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 so this is why there's a lot of interference, as well as why I've just channeled about that for so long. There's some of you, or some of your twins, are still in the shit, so dealing with, look, past lives, but that doesn't, this in this context doesn't mean the past when they were like someone else. Well, it doesn't, well, actually complicated. It's like someone is dealing with their past, like as in their past, something that they want to be truly in the past, but they're still dealing with it. Oh God. So just, yeah, trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. That's like what I channeled with someone's personal message. It's just, trust that things are aligning. Right. Oh my God. Right, look, this is really fucking specific, but I know it's going to make sense. Look at this. That is exactly, and I mean exactly, the feeling I was getting. And but I actually do know this for quite a few of my clients. Children. Your love life has been affected by children, and think about what I just said. Past life relationship, you've known each other before, but that is about you and your twin, but that is also about, it's like someone is in the middle of letting go of their past. Synchronicity, a divine soul counterpart relationship is blessed with amazing moments of synchronicity and playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your youthful spirit of fun to shine. So again, that's not for everyone, but that's going to make sense to who it's for. Challenges. All true connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. Yeah, and then commitments behind it, and like openness, and yeah, and that one. Your soul is preparing to reconnect, trust in the process. There's a lot about trust in the process, trust in the process, trust in the process. So for different flirt, I'm telling you, it's like, it is just this feeling of someone is wrapping up their past right now, whatever that means. It means so many different things for different people. For some people, it's healing childhood wounds. For some people, it's, difficult situations with, like, the past, and whatever fucking else, like, it kind of reminds, I don't know why they just showed me this, but it kind of reminds me of, and this is weird, right, because I don't like it when they give me these things, but I mean, it is just real life for most people. It's just, I don't have many, but it's like, I remember when I did at one point, like many years ago, trying to kid myself on for, I don't know, a month or something, that I could get over my twin. And I was talking to this guy, right, and basically, but I was going through a really difficult time at work, and it was like, at the time, like, I'm going somewhere with this, I was going through a really fucking difficult time at work, right, and because I don't do that, like, basically, right, like, I don't know how to explain this. People won't believe me, right, but I'm telling the God's honest truth, like, cross my heart and hope to die. I never, and I mean, like, never just casually text guys and WhatsApp them, and, like, I've had pals over the years that, will be, will like, and again, I just, I love my I love my friends unconditionally now, the ones that I've still got, and I loved my friends unconditionally, the ones that are part of, oh, there you go, that are my past life. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I don't like saying karmic friends. But again, a lot of the friends that are now my past they were karmic to me, but they were a friend at the time. But what I'm trying to say is, I've known many people, whether it's still been now over the years, that would have lots of people in their inbox, like lots of attention, because loads of good looking pals, But, and I know many men like this too as well, but like I would always be able to see about the people in my life, like, you deserve better than, you know what I mean? Like, rather than like loads of, like, right, yeah, they might be hot too, but loads of different guys and you're in, but like, find somebody that's like a nice hot guy that's going to actually see past your looks to the rest of you as well. Which again, I bet you when I'm channeling this, I can tell that this is actually going somewhere, because it's like that is how a lot of your twins will feel as well, or you're that twin. Because like, again, that is pretty obvious in me just say, but I feel like that about my twin. Like, he's really good looking, but I don't know that other people would actually get the rest of them. But maybe they do. Like, fuck knows, how do I know? But it's like, that is what annoys me. It does really annoy me that it's like, I bet you, like, but then it's, you know, it's like, I don't, it's not, I was about to say maybe it's his fault, he's not showing the rest of it, but whatever. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, but, right, where were we going with that story though? But the reason why I was saying that is that was really rare. That was me trying to be somebody that I wasn't. That, so for whatever reason, right, like, met this guy randomly, and it was actually, shit, that was, fuck, I've just realised something. I mean, that wasn't as strong. Holy fuck, by the way, that's really weird. That, what I just channeled about being tricked, that kind of happened to me in a very like, not really at all, it's not the same thing, but there was lots of like, there was weird synchronicities in that, right? And because of where I was in my life, and let's just, I won't go into details, but where I was in my life, my twin was otherwise engaged. Not, like, how do I'm joking. But, well, actually, how do I know? But do you know what I mean? Like he was involved with someone else. So I was like, all right, well, I need to be, and then I just sort of met someone, and it was like, so that was obviously me being tricked. But again, it doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say is, like, that's really fucking fascinating. That does make sense of what I just channeled. Like, yeah, what I'm trying to say is that would be very unusual for me to actually let go, and sort of, because I've got Saturn in the first house, like, although people are like, oh, what's the big deal, you're just texting, or you're just talking on WhatsApp. Well, actually, like, I used to be like a counsellor to my pals all the time, just talking on WhatsApp like that, it's actually very intimate. Like, if you think about it, like, you can very quickly start getting a bit too, well, just, I don't mean like, I don't mean that racy and that would, but you could, like, some people, but it's kind of like, you could just really just fucking lose all track of your boundaries and start just kind of telling somebody about it. So that's why, probably why I never wanted to just text fucking randoms or that way. And then, so, but anyway, for whatever the fucking, let's blame it on the full moon or something, or just me trying to kid myself on, when I was talking to this guy, right, it was like, he was a nice guy, but he was just a player, so this really doesn't matter. But, like, even if he hadn't have been a fuckboy sort of player kind of guy, there was too much shit going on in my life. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was getting too engrossed in all the shit that was going on at my work, and like helping other people through the shit, and then I think I was like fucking chatting about it with this guy on the WhatsApp, and he's going to be like thinking, fucking hell, man, I'm just trying to, like, you know, and it was just, yeah, it was too intense. And, you know, if I was going to be in that world again, which I don't ever want to be, like, I'd seriously rather just die alone, thanks. And I did just say that out loud. So, like, if I'm not, you know, with the twin, it's I would know better and do better. I don't know how we got onto that, but that was hilarious. But yeah, I suppose the whole point in that was that I didn't go as far down the road of trying to trick myself into thinking this was something more than it was. But actually, that just gets me back to what I've said all the time about, by the way, when I talk about shit like this, I'm usually 3 hours deep. I'm not 54 minutes, so I'm a bit worried. But it's kind of like, it's, but I'm pretty sure that guy I'm talking about is not watching. So unless that's one of the secret admirers that somebody's fallen in love with by accident. But like I said, it's like, you're not my spiritual connection. Your spiritual journey is... That's hilarious. What does this say? The universe is guiding you to that special person. Allow everything to take its natural course. It's... yeah, it's just what I said about that, you know, my path is really unique, so I don't judge other people's. It's just, it's interesting that, like, I never met anybody that I wanted to be my boyfriend anyway, but even when I did sort of meet somebody that I'm like, oh, you just never know, like, you know, maybe there is more to them than what it seems. Because to be perfectly honest, I felt that about my twin flame as well at first. Like, I mean, he knows that, and that is the truth. Like, that is what he was putting across. So that is what I, you know, and then I was like, wait a minute. I fucking love that guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? I was like, he is not just hot. Like, he's actually, yeah, I want all of him. You know what I mean? And that's when that moment happened. But it's, yeah, but I can't kid, but when it came to anyone else that I tried, like, I can't kid myself on for long, as in, I just never even done it. I get, like, because when I did, I always ended up in a weird challenge, you know? So that's not the journey that well, I know that's not the journey that happened. Well, I don't know for me. What I'm saying is that's not quite the same as what would have happened for other people, but mine is, oh, anyway, I need to go. Separation is like, it's that's what was meant to happen in me, because it's like I was in a as far as divine is concerned, God or the angels, I'm in a temporary divine separation with my twin flame. So they're like, right, we'll send you a bit of fun now and again, but you're not taking it any further, Claire. Because if I was to take it further with someone, it would be a big deal. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't just get into something for the sake of it, because that's not who I am. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Intense. Yeah, and that's why, though. Do you see what I mean? It's like, I'm like, why the fuck did I tell you so? But it's like, that's what I was trying to get across, is that I'm very different in the fact of, I can't get into relationships like that, like fucking willy-nilly. No appropriate term, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. And I've had friends that can still do it, could do it in the past and all that. I can't. It's not me. And I've always just been very true to myself. Have I made mistakes along the way? Have I had one night stands that I regret? Well, absolutely. Who hasn't? I mean, some people haven't, but that's why I like that film about, like, but I've done it less than most people, I suppose is what I'm going to say. But it's like, I was about to say something else. Anyway, moving on. But it's that's why I like that train wreck film too, is that although, like, you know, that's a really fucking goddamn extreme example of someone doing it all the time, where was I going with that? Yeah, I just found it funny because it's like, that's the bit that's not like me. I suppose it's what I'm talking about is, you know, in that film, like, if you've not seen it, it's like she's actually in a relationship, like she's got a boyfriend, but she's acting like she hasn't. And actually, shit, what was that I heard today? Where, I'm just trying to think where that was. I've got to be careful. Oh, that's what it was. Fucking hell, that's hilarious. See, I'm thinking it's something I've overheard. It was on the film. That film that I watched about the pandemic, but it's about two people falling in love. It's like they both double book a hotel. I mean, obviously that's going to happen. I mean, not with everyone, but you wouldn't want that happening with your fella. Do you know what I'm saying? But it was like, the person's boyfriend had booked a hotel for her in the country, and when she got there, this guy was already there, but because it was the lockdown, you know, she had nowhere to go, and he was like, so they end up staying in the same house, right? And fucking end the story. Do you know what I mean? They're having a few whiskies, and the next thing you know, they're fucking rolling about. So that's these things happen. I don't condone cheating, but I mean, it's like, you know what I mean? Why did you book a hotel for your bird in the country? Do you know what I'm saying? And not go and get her, basically. That's what I was wondering when I watched. I was like, this is a very weird film. But anyway, it was in that. The man tells a story, and this is a bit I'd missed originally. I I watched it from the middle to the end because that's where I caught it, and then I watched the first half of it. Was that yesterday? And don't get me wrong, it's quite a shit film, right? It is, but it was good for using it for what I do. And he basically tells a story, and I wondered. So I think I'm telling this for a reason. I feel either you watching this or a twin flame that this has happened to you, or be mindful because it's happened to your twin. Because the guy says, my girlfriend basically butt dialed me, and on the other end of the call, I heard her explaining in great detail how she cheats on me all the time. And I was like, oh my God. And it was like I felt like they were telling me to pass on this to the collective. Either you're well aware of that, this could be a past thing, or it's present and somebody doesn't know. Or maybe you're the person that done it, I don't know. But it's kind of like, and that could be where all these redemption things, I mean, that redemption, I think that's got the redemption and the atonement, and that's for loads of different things for different people. But it just kind of gave another spin on it, because it was interesting that it was a man being hurt, that it was a woman doing it to him. Because a lot of the time we talk about, like, it's a player guy that's doing it to a woman. And then the girl and the boyfriend in the film is a brilliant example of twin flames, because after she spends a week, by the way, they just copied the Notebook, but after she spends, never mind a weekend, after it seems like they spent a few weeks together, however long it's meant to be, it must have been a while, because I'm not making fun of it, but I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. They're obviously they're programming people for another, expect it, basically, because, like, her grandfather dies, and then it's like the boyfriend's dad dies. I'm like, right, come on, the fuck, man, right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they fall in love and all of that, and it's just the Notebook, I'm telling you. And then the guy comes to be like, oh, I can't remember if it's maybe his mum or his dad, like, my dad's died, and then so she feels sorry for him, and then goes back with the ex and leaves the one that she just met that is like the true love, And then, of course, she comes back to him at the end of the film. So it is, like I'm saying, it's a very, shortened version of twin, couldn't call it twin, but, twin flames, but it was like she just met her soulmate. Like, she was deeply unhappy, settling for some bloke, and then she serendipitously meets the man of her dreams. But then she goes back to the guy because she feels sorry for him. I do think, unfortunately, that is going to make sense to a lot of people. Like, some people are just too nice for their own good. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And what's lovely, what is it they say? Because it's not I've missed you. When I done the video, I thought they said I've missed you. It's actually quite vulnerable. She says, she comes to the door, and think about it, she went back to the boyfriend. And basically, yeah, it's like in the Notebook, like, she left. But she comes to the door and she says, he says, what are you doing here? And she's like, I wanted to see you. And then he says, I wanted to see you too. And she was like, yeah, like, like really? And he's like, yeah. And then they just kiss. And I just thought that was quite nice, because it's like, what are you doing here? Well, I wanted to see you. And it's like, do you know what I mean? It's just, it felt quite nice, and it felt like they were wanting me to pass that on. Yeah, it's intense. That was intense, even the way I said it. Because it takes the intensity out of, I love you. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I just wanted to see you. And then it can build into it. So I suppose it was like when I was saying that about the trauma earlier. It's like, stop looking at it as such a big fucking, you know what I mean? You don't want somebody turning, well, okay, some people do. I mean, let's face it, you wouldn't exactly not be happy about that, but it's like, it's for the people that find that really intense and overwhelming, so therefore they don't do it at all. So, I'm sorry, I'm laughing, I'm cutting the deck and I'm pulling commitment, and it didn't say wedding, but it was like, what was it? It was commitment and engagement, and yeah, so you know what I mean? Yeah, I am cutting the deck at all these cards. So some people will be able to do that because they've done so much work. The intensity of a true soul connection includes great highs and great lows. Anyway, I'm done. I've spoke for ages. Let's do one of these and I'm going. I love it, Claire. We go deep into conversation. I read that bit. You're an angel, Claire. A foul-mouthed angel, which I absolutely love. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take that, Nathan. I love that. I fucking love that. I love these stories and channelings. I might be a lustful being, but no cheating for me. No, but you see, Nathan, I honestly, like, this is going to be, I think it's going to be weird as fuck when me and you talk on the Zoom, because so am I. Like, seriously, me and you need to get off this and talk on the Zoom. So am I. Believe me. Believe me. But I think it's like, you know, when people say that, it's like, it makes it seem like, oh, right, well, you must be, but no. Because when you truly understand, that's why I teach about that, when you truly understand sexual energy and how powerful it is, I've got a lot of self-discipline. And fuck me, I've got a lot... That wasn't relevant. I mean, that wasn't what I meant, but you know what I mean? I was like, right, Spirit are just going to be too funny for me now. I've got Mars in Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio, okay? We all know that Scorpio is basically sex, and Mars is sex. Mars in Scorpio. I heard someone the other day saying spicy. And actually it was specifically about when you've got Mars and Scorpio in the first house. Guess where mine is? Yeah. That's somebody that's... So do you know what I mean? It is. It's like spicy in the... Or whatever you'd want to call it. It's, you know, you don't fuck with that energy. That's what I use to scare away the, you know, the dark energies and the entities and the people that try to... Yeah, just when anybody's trying to be, you know, energetically horrible to me or anyone I love or, you know, or whatever, it's, you know, but you can do that without being horrible to people. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, oh no, you don't. You're not fucking taking a piss out of me. And it's just, people can feel it. You know what I mean? That's intense, actually. But I'm glad I've got that with the life that I lead. It's kind of like, right, here's a funny example, but because I just channeled about that film, and in that film, that's what triggered the fuck out of me. They're walking about the whole film wearing the face nappies and making a big deal about, you know, the guy was fucking sewing them, because in the whole film, it's in the back. And I tell you what, as well, they go to McDonald's a lot too, and you don't want me to get on that. I mean, you're still eating McDonald's out there, guys. You need to wake up. Anyway, that's all I'll say about that one. But McDonald's features in the film a lot, and there was lots of weird programming in that, as there is in every film. And it was only made last year, just saying. And yeah, anyway. But yeah, I get you. And anyway, it's not cheating. If you're not with her, Nathan, that's not cheating. Like, if I was a lustful being that wanted to go and do something about it, I'm not cheating. But I don't, and I'm not gonna. Because I don't want to. Do you know? Like, that's the point. It's like, I don't have any desire to. Which can annoy the fuck out of some of us sometimes. Just, you know what I mean? When you're in touch with the truth of your soul, you're in touch with the truth of your soul. What does 0 degrees and a sign mean versus any other degree? It's just basically, that's what I held up, intense. It's like the 0 degree and the 29 degree are both the most intense degrees. Like the 29 degree and even the degrees that are getting close to that, like the later, you know, degrees close to 29, because that's what my sun is. Like my sun is 28 degrees. And actually that's what's quite funny, like my twin's birthday will be 28 degrees as well, like just a, you know, completely different month and everything, but that is quite interesting that matters. But it just means two intense individuals, basically, that, you know what I mean? It's when it's like you're very strong that sign. So I'm very strong Aries now, haven't always been. And yeah, but the 0 degrees the same. So 0 degrees is like, well, I think it's like, you know, I remember actually, I think Michelle had just looked up, you know, she'd found that somewhere that day too, and I agree with that. It's like, it's something about, you know, because I've been pulling all these past life cards, it's like you're bringing in all the wisdom from the past life. So, you know what I mean? That's why it made sense when you, whatever I channeled to you that day when you said that you have Chiron and Scorpio. Like, it's like, that would make sense that you can really feel that sort of past life as a shaman. Cause Scorpio is the shamanic sign as well. And then also for me, because my one is 0 degree Pluto, 0 degree Scorpio. That's why it's like I'm so like, you know, Pluto psychic detective and channeling about, you know, sacred sex and all of that, because Pluto rules Scorpio, and 0 degrees Scorpio anything's going to be strong, but Pluto, the sign that rules Scorpio, in the 12th, it's all very, all of this stuff fascinates me. Like, I love anything to do with psychology and digging deep and people telling me their secrets, and that's why it's like, you know, that's why this stuff comes out. Like, you know, everybody's got, you've been surprised. The fucking dark secrets that I've heard from folk. And again, some people will be fucking shit in their pants. I've got loads of people's dark secrets, but I don't tell them. I swear I don't. Like, it's like, I've had like, yeah, I can think of friends that I like fell out with like fucking 15, 20 years ago, and I've taken their secrets to the grave. And I've even had, well, I'm not dead yet, but do you know what I mean? It's like, but with some of the transits I've got on right now, and how controversial I can be in Gemini season, I need to be fucking careful. If I don't ever appear again, something happened, and it was, I'm fucking feeling pretty happy today anyway, so again, I think we're all right now, but too funny. Right, I think I need to go though. I need to get to my bed. It's fucking 10 o'clock. How did this happen? It's fucking 10 o'clock. But yeah, basically, I don't know if that answered what you said, but basically what it means is, it's not that if you're like, you know, 10 degrees or something or that you've not got in the scope, but it just means to me, it's like, yeah, when I see somebody's got 0 degrees or something, you're just really, really strong of whatever that sign is in, on whatever the planet is. You're just going to really feel the energy of that sign. That's what it means. Right, so, and then with the 29 degree, you know it well, you know that sign well, but also there could be a bit of chaotic energy. Like, I mean, I can own that about my 28 degrees. That time of year is fucking crazy. When you're coming out Aries season, going into Taurus season, it's fucking mental. The energies. And again, it's like, I really do feel I was, oh look, it's true. I was born on that day because I'm here to speak up about some fucked up shit in the world. And I'm here to help the divine masculines come to the edge. I love it. I love it. And although you resonate with the divine feminine, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's even the divine feminines, like, you know, I have had to take very yang actions in the past. Like, I've had to take brave steps to come to the edge of my time. You know what I mean? I have. It's like, whether it be what I do out here in public or other things, like, I've had to take big scary actions in my life. Therefore, you just trust that your loyal heart, look, twin flames, it's 2 hours looking at each other, that they will mirror you back. You just don't get to know when. Right, let's read these. Sorry for taking up your time, Claire. Have a good sleep. So you haven't been... No, Nathan, I've loved it. I've meant to be talking about whatever... Oh, fuck's sake, we need that one too, don't we? Because, oh, look, right, okay, so we've got Come to the Edge. Remember, that's the one that I like, that's about come to the edge, I can't, I'm scared, come to the edge, I can't, I'm scared. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious if you listened to my dream the other day. Which wasn't funny, because there was someone pushing me off a cliff into the sea, which wasn't nice. But, so we know the kind of negative energy I'm getting projected out at me there, so do you know what I mean? Pray for me, guys. I'm not worried. But it's like, come to the edge, you can't, I'm scared, come to the edge, come to the edge, and they pushed them and they flew. That's the nice kind of pushing. That's like the kind of God pushing you because you're ready and you were just a little bit scared. And this is, I actually do feel like, seriously, that is, they're saying there's going to be a change in the wind, but you don't know when you're masculine, or you are the masculine, that you're just going to fucking do it. You're just going to do it. You're going to like, fuck it, I'm doing it now. Yeah. because it's been like methodically thought out and it's been planned, but it's not like, I don't think the days, but it's just, it's been a long time coming. Oh, song. It's been a long time coming for change going come. Oh my god, that is change gonna come. I don't know that song really. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. A change in the wind. That's hilarious. At last, my love has come. Oh, I lost it. I lost it. We need to go now. Loyal heart. Loyal heart. For some of you, all of you really, I would say. It's just that kind of a funny way of showing it sometimes. Loyal heart. Right. I might not read the whole thing, but I'll read the... I'm just saying, what day's tomorrow? I could have a lie in, it's fine. I can, can't I? I'm going out for tea for my mum's birthday. That's a big thing for me, because I don't usually do shit like that very often. So I'm actually looking forward to it. Right, okay. The masculine principle of movement, creative activity, the power of making things, to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifest in thought into desire, into